Alright, I actually just finished the video, but I forgot to make an intro. So, to start off this video, first thing I'm going to say is everything I say in this video is alleged. Alright, it's hypothetical. Nothing is an admission of guilt, and any illegal activity I mention in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Alright, let's get into the video. Alright, what's up, everybody? Y'all see this crazy new mic I got? This thing makes me look professional. But, yeah, this video right here is going to be about a couple of different things. I want to talk a little bit about PTSD, a little bit about drugs and addiction. As always, that's all I'm ever talking about on this fucking channel nowadays. And I kind of want to give a little message to my younger self and anybody who's watching this that's young. I mean, I'm still young. I'm about to be 21 next month. My brain isn't fully developed yet either, so I still got a lot to learn. But at the same time, I've been through a lot of shit, and I feel like I can help people that are younger than me. Excuse me. Cause yeah, when I was 17, like just starting the drugs and everything, I didn't know shit, man. I thought I knew everything. I didn't know shit. So yeah, we're just gonna hop right into this shit. The first thing I want to say is if I could go back to my 17-year-old self, I would beat the fuck out of that kid, or at least smack him up a little bit. That's what I needed back then, some tough fucking love, you know what I mean? Or somebody older than me just to tell me stop doing this shit, you know, popping pills. I thought I was fucking invincible back then, man. You know, I thought I was never gonna get addicted to this shit, be doing this shit every day of my life, but here I am. It started off, you know, I should have seen it right from the beginning, to be honest. You know, the first time I smoked weed, I think it was like within a week or two, I was already abusing cold meds like DXM, you know, doing cocaine, like crazy shit, you know, looking back on it. I didn't think it was too serious back when I was 17, you know, I just thought, you know, I'm a young kid, I'm just trying shit, it's a phase or whatever. Drugs are nothing to play with, man. The shit is fucking serious, and it gets crucial and fucking deadly real quick, man. You know, I've had a friend die over this shit, man. Not from like an overdose or anything, but just from being in the game. And when you involve yourself with drugs and people that are selling drugs, doing drugs, people that want to live this fucking lifestyle, shit can get deadly, man. You know, a lot of people are carrying guns, and that's how my homie died. He got murdered. He got shot in his back after robbing the plug. Dude shot him over probably like a couple ounces of weed, man. But yeah, he was getting caught up in some gang shit. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, obviously, but just out of like privacy for him and, you know, respect for his family and everything. But yeah, he was getting involved with some shit that he shouldn't have been. And yeah, him and a couple other dudes ran up into the plug's house. First of all, this plug is a fucking dumbass. This guy, I'm pretty sure he's in protective custody somewhere. Cause I can't find him anywhere in the fucking, on the jail website or anything anymore. So I'm pretty sure he's either out and like in a safe house somewhere, or he's in fucking PC. So, you know, just because you carry guns and do all this shit doesn't make you fucking hard, you know what I mean? Like me, for example, you know, just because I'm carrying around this piece of metal doesn't make me a savage or anything, you know? If I went to prison, you know, people would be all over me, for real. I'm a skinny fucking white kid. I would be getting run down on. But I'm not gonna say, you know, I'm not going to say I would fold and go PC, but I'm also not going to say that I would turn up and start wetting shit up, because I've never been to actual jail, so I can't really say what I would do in that situation. You know, my pride inside of me is telling me that, you know, the first person that tries me, I would just get to wetting them up. You know, I'd make a knife first quarter and just fucking butcher the first person that tries me. But yeah, I can't say that for sure until I'm in there getting my ass beat by, you know, 10 different dudes at the same time. But yeah, I'm just the point I'm trying to get to here is that the only thing this game is going to lead you to, you know, the guns, the drugs, the money, the only thing that's going to lead you to is death or jail, for real. It's not going to bring anything fucking positive into your life. When I started drugs, I was just doing it for fun, you know. I enjoyed the lifestyle. I've always loved guns. They gave me a false sense of power, you know, and a false sense of confidence that isn't real, you know. Like half the people I, you know, stepped down on or whatever, if I didn't have a gun on me, I definitely would not have been talking shit to them, you know, because I know they could beat my ass. But at the same time, you know, my pride has gotten in the way a lot, you know. I'll never buck a fade. Even now, I'll never buck a fade. If somebody calls me out to fight, you know, they could be 100 pounds heavier than me, you know, fucking 10 inches taller than me, and I'll still fight. You know, if I get my ass beat, it's just the principle for me. Like, I'm not bucking a fade. That's still something I'm working on, because that's still a poisonous mindset to have, you know. Sometimes it doesn't make you a pussy if you run away from a fight that you don't need to be in. You know what I mean? But sometimes you do gotta stand up for yourself. It's a weird balance to figure out, but I'm still figuring it out, and I think it's something that everybody has to figure out at some point. So one thing I want to say is a lot of the shit I was getting myself involved with, you know, the guns, the drugs, the money, like I said, I'm very lucky I'm not locked up right now or dead. The amount of times I've almost overdosed and the amount of times I've been involved with the police, you know, I've been taken in, you know, in the back of a police car is, you know, it's crazy how I'm still free right now. I'm very fucking lucky. Everything I say in this video, like I said at the beginning, is alleged. You know, I'm not admitting to anything. It's for entertainment purposes only, but a lot of people need to hear this shit, man, so I need to put it out there. Simple as that. This lifestyle will eventually affect you in some way, whether it's you getting locked up or dying, or it's your friends getting locked up or dying. It'll come back to you in some way. And the way it's coming back to me right now is a lot of health issues, you know. I've been hospitalized so many times because of the drugs. Drugs were a big part of the reason why my mental health was all fucked up, you know. And I was suicidal for a bit. I had to get admitted into inpatient. As a lot of you know, I got PTSD from that. And PTSD is another thing I want to talk about. That's something that stays with me in my mind every day of my life. And at the moment, I don't have a gun to carry. You know, I'm not allowed to carry a gun right now. So next month when I turn 21, I'll be able to carry a gun again. But as for right now, all I can carry is a knife. And it's not enough for me, man. It's I get paranoid when I'm out in public. You know, I'm always looking over my shoulder. Even now, you know, I'm checking my mirrors. You know, I'm looking around, even though it's broad daylight and I'm parked outside of a grocery store. You always got to be on point either way, but, you know, it's just excessive with me, with my PTSD. I'm sizing up everybody like they're a fucking potential threat to me, you know? Y'all probably can't hear that siren because of the mic, but that's another thing about PTSD. Every time I hear the cops, sirens going off, every time I see a cop car, I'm on edge, man. It makes me nervous, like they're coming for me. See, I'm hearing the siren right now and I'm getting the anxiety, man. And I'm on a benzo right now, allegedly. Listen, I'm not driving, all right? I'm about to go into the gym, but yeah. I mean, I do benzos every day, allegedly anyways, so it's not like I don't have a tolerance or anything, and I take a very low dose. So yeah, I mean, I can function on them. They're actually the only thing that lets me function like a normal person. So yeah, as for right now, it's very difficult for me to get sober. Recently I got a sponsor for NA meetings, so I'll be going to some NA meetings. Just want to meet some other people that are in recovery, going through the same shit, that can relate to me and everything. My main focus with NA is probably getting off the opioids first, and I'll focus on the benzos later because I still feel like I need the benzos at the moment, especially because of the PTSD. Yeah, I just need the benzos. I genuinely feel like it's a medication that I need to be taking at the moment, at least. Someday I will get off the benzos. But as for right now, I'm mainly focused on the opioids because, I've fallen back into that heavy. My tolerance is probably the highest it's ever been right now. And I've been weeding myself off a little bit, but at the same time, I'm fucking in like minor withdrawals every day, so it kind of sucks. You can probably tell. My nose is runny. I got the sniffles all fucking day. Feels like I kind of got like, for those of you who know what opioid withdrawal feels like, it's kind of like the flu times like 1,000. So it sort of just feels like I have the flu all day. You can probably hear it in my voice too. Like, I sound sick, man. But yeah, I'm on a very large dose of opioids, and I still don't really follow my taper plan. Like, for example, last night, I got high as shit. I did way more than I was supposed to do. And it's just shit like that, relapses, falling back into just wanting to get high, Especially because I started off at 17, like I said, with very, very hard drugs. And I didn't understand at the time what I was playing with, you know what I mean? The type of fucking dangerous shit I was getting into. These aren't things you could just forget about once you try it. Once you pop that pill, once you snort that line, you're not going to forget that. At least your brain isn't going to forget that. Because your dopamine levels when you're on drugs, your dopamine is higher than it's ever going to be naturally. You know what I mean? So that's not something your brain is going to forget. When you take a drug, what your mind is thinking at the time is that you need that drug more than anything else, more than food, more than sex, more than oxygen sometimes, if it's your drug of choice. Like, I remember when I first started benzos and opioids, my two drugs of choice, it was like everything else got put to the side, For example, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything in this fucking video, so if you don't want to hear some graphic shit, then don't watch it. But yeah, I'm just gonna say everything how it is, Just raw shit. This is what people need to hear. This is what I needed to hear as a kid. So if you're a young person watching this, man, listen the fuck up. I'm 20 years old, like I said, about to be 21. I haven't watched porn jerked off, fucking. I haven't busted a nut in like over a year, probably, man. I still have sex with girls, but I'm not gonna lie, I haven't come in over a year, man. I end up fucking the girl and I don't finish, man. And as a 20-year-old, that's not good. That's not healthy. That's embarrassing, first of all, because I gotta explain to the girl that's not her fault. I gotta say, like, I'm just fucking high. It's not your fault. But yeah, it's not good, man. It really fucking isn't. I've definitely upset a lot of females over that, because they think it's their fault and everything, and I feel bad about that. But some of them understand. But at the same time, I'd love to be able to fucking have sex like a regular person, But like I said, when you pop that pill, everything else becomes secondary to it. Like, for example, sex raises your dopamine levels to 200 units, I believe. I could be wrong on that. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And heroin is something like 700 units. So if you put that into perspective, heroin is over 3 times as good as sex is. So, like, imagine fucking the hottest girl, having, a ten-some with the hottest girls imaginable. I've used this analogy before. It's still not as good as heroin, man. So that's not meant to encourage any of you to fucking try this shit, because it'll take you out fast. And as much as it feels good at the beginning, you're gonna feel good for maybe a couple months. You'll be getting high, and then after that, you need it to function, or else you feel like you're fucking dying. It is the worst feeling in the world. Withdrawals are the worst pain I've ever been through in my life. And I've been through some painful shit, man. I had a root canal done when I was 13. That wasn't shit compared to, just mild opioid withdrawal. Not shit. An opioid withdrawal, in my opinion, isn't shit compared to benzo withdrawal. That's a whole nother fucking demon that I'm just not ready to face yet. Like, for example, when I was in inpatient mental health, the psych ward, whatever you want to call it, rehab, I had to go cold turkey off the benzos and opioids for, I think it was 5 days. It felt like a lot fucking longer. I was losing my sense of time up in there. I forgot how to write the date. Like, my mind was, I was running to probably like 10% brain capacity. All I could really do was remember, my name, and that's pretty much it, man. I was talking like a complete idiot up in there, stuttering. I could barely get any words out. By the end of my stay in the facility, I could barely even walk by myself. I had to get, nurses, like women, to help me fucking walk, which is just embarrassing, as a guy. Especially, like a young guy. Like, I'm up in there feeling like an old fucking man. Hold on, let me turn on my air conditioning again. It's getting fucking hot. Yeah, back to what I was saying about PTSD and drugs and all that. It's just, if you start doing heavy drugs, it's just a matter of time before something bad happens to you, or you find your drug of choice or anything. For some people, they love uppers, like Adderall, meth, all that. I've never done meth. I've done propylhexedrine, which is Benzodrex, which is arguably worse than meth. A lot of people will tell you it's worse than meth. It's very similar to meth, structurally, chemically. The effects are very similar to meth. I think it's actually worse for you than meth. because, you know, it's obviously, it's not meant to be consumed. It's a fucking, if you don't know what Benzodrex is, it's it like clears your sinuses out. It's one of those little, I wish I'd fucking had one on me, but obviously I don't do Benzodrex because I'm not an uppers person, but it sort of looks like a little chapstick thing. You stick it up your nose and just inhale, and it's like it's a stimulant, you know. It clears out your sinuses. And what you do with Benzodrex, I'm not gonna obviously tell you how to fucking get high on Benzodrex. It's not good at all. It's probably one of the worst things you can possibly do, you know. Just at that point, just smoke meth. I'm not even kidding about that either. At that point, if you're gonna do Benzodrex, just fucking smoke meth or take some Adderall, dude. But yeah, Benzodrex, what you do with it is you gotta double extract. Well, you don't really have to. Some people just fucking eat the cotton, which is horrible for you. Never do that. But what I used to do was double extract it. So I would extract, first of all, the main ingredient, you know, the drug, propylhexedrine, and then I would extract the lavender and whatever other bullshit was in there. Excuse my stuttering. You know, I'm still keep in mind I'm still in minor benzo withdrawals, so it fucks up my my voice. You know, I have a stutter now, which sucks. It wasn't shit compared to when I was cold turkey for 5 days. Like I said, I could barely speak. You know, when I was talking, it was just could not get my fucking words out there for shit, and I still barely can. But yeah, some people are more of an uppers person. They like shit like Adderall and stuff like that. And some people like me are more of a downers person. They like, you know, the benzos, the opioids, anything that, you know, puts me to sleep, calms me down, makes my body feel good. I love it, you know. It's my drug of choice, like I said. If you put some Adderall in front of me, for example, I have Adderall at my house. I can take Adderall whenever I want. But I would rather be sober than be on Adderall because I just hate how it feels. Cocaine is a bit of a different beast. It's not an amphetamine. It's a stimulant. So it's not really the same thing as Adderall or meth or anything. Those are kind of a step up. You know, amphetamines are a little bit different than stimulants. Stimulants feel better, in my opinion. You know, I think everybody likes cocaine. Everybody that's tried cocaine probably has liked cocaine. I don't see how you can't like cocaine, but for me, I didn't really get too deep into cocaine. Thank God. I have family members and friends that got really deep into cocaine, and it's nasty. It fucks you up just as bad as any other hard drug, you know? Cocaine is a hard drug at the end of the day. But with opioids, you know, it always starts off with the weak ones, you know? Kratom, for example. Believe it or not, kratom can lead to you doing harder opioids, you know? Back in high school, I would go to the smoke shop, buy kratom. That turned into me buying kratom extracts, and then that turned into me popping pills like oxys, you know? And then it turned into heroin and fentanyl and all that. So yeah, it's a slippery fucking slope, man. And like I said, once you find your drug of choice, it's game over for you, man. Unless you get out of there super fast, you're pretty much fucked, you know? Like I said, I've been doing this shit for almost 4 years now. Every single day. And yeah, it's fucked my life up a lot. Like I said, I've had to get a surgery because of it. I've been put in inpatient because of it. I have PTSD because of it. I've lost friends to this shit. Ruined relationships. Made my parents cry, you know. That's one of the worst things I've ever done is let my parents see me nodding out, you know, find all my drugs and everything like that. Um, it's just fucked up that I did that to them and continue to do that to them. But I'll admit that I have a problem. That's why I'm going to NA, you know. I do admit that it's my fault from the beginning for taking pills and everything, getting into this shit, but at the same time, I was just a young kid in pain, man. I was just a young kid with problems that I didn't know how to deal with at the time. So I resorted to drugs, and I'm not gonna lie to you, back when I was 17, I didn't think I would live to see 20. So that was my rationale for daily use. I knew how dangerous it was. I knew that using benzos every day was going to ruin my life. I knew it from the very beginning. It's my fault for getting into this shit. But like I said, I didn't think I'd be alive right now. And that's a very selfish and poisonous way of thinking, obviously. I probably should have sought out mental help before I got sent to inpatient. That was the first time I ever spoke to a therapist, was when I got sent to inpatient because of a suicide attempt. So I let it get as bad as it possibly could before getting help. You know, don't feel ashamed to go ask for help, because, you know, you don't want it to get to that point. Trust me, you don't want to go to inpatient. It's not a good time. All you do in there is sit in a blank fucking room, stare at the wall all day. That's all you do. Sit there in withdrawal, or whatever else you're going through, you know, suicidal thoughts, all that. It doesn't help at all. You know, the last thing a suicidal person needs is to be stuck in a room, a blank room with nothing to do besides stare at the wall and be stuck in their own mind, you feel me? Because that's the problem from the beginning. That's what's causing the suicidal thoughts, is they're stuck in their own mind. They can't break free from that. What you need is a good support system, and if you don't have that, you just need to develop a strong mentality. You know, what I would always tell myself is, you know, I don't need therapy, I'm a man. You know, I don't do therapy, none of that. But now that I'm grown, I realize that the manly thing to do would have been not to bottle up my emotions and do drugs. It's stupid looking back on it. The manly thing to do would have been to fucking man up and tell somebody about what I was going through, you know, but I didn't do that. I thought the manly thing to do was to fucking keep it inside of me and deal with it myself, but that doesn't get you anywhere, man. Take it from me. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Video is already very long. So in conclusion, PTSD, mental scars, you know, whatever you want to call it, it'll probably stay with me for the rest of my life because of stupid decisions I made as a young kid. And if I could go back and speak to my 17-year-old self, I think what I needed was a fucking ass beating, to be honest. I needed some tough love, but everybody's different, man. Don't be afraid to get help if you're struggling with drug addiction. Especially if you're a young kid, man. If you're just starting to pop pills and all that, experiment with all that, fucking stop. You know, smoke some weed, man. Stop being a fucking idiot. If you need tough love, you can get it from me, man. Stop being a fucking idiot. I'll tell you straight up. Don't pop pills. Once you find your drug of choice, it's game over for you, man. You gotta get help as soon as fucking possible, or else it will ruin your fucking life, at least for a little bit. I'm working real hard right now to rebuild my life. And I'm only 20 years old. Like I said, I'm about to be 21, and I'm so far behind my friends. My friends are in college. My friends got good jobs. My friends, I know I have friends that are fucking married at 20 to 22 years old. I had a friend get married at 20. Had his whole life together, had a good job, his own place, a wife. And I think he has kids now too, and he's only 21 or 22. So like I said, I'm so far behind all my friends. I'm still living with my parents. I'm a drug addict still. It's just not the life you want to live, because of my stupid ass mentality at the time. I wanted to be the tough guy, carry your own guns, be the guy who had the drugs, be the guy who was doing the drugs. That shit doesn't make you look cool. Maybe back in high school it gave me a little bit of cool points, but I'm telling you, the second you graduate high school, man, you're a loser at that point. You're not cool anymore. Nobody looks at a pillhead who's a college dropout or whatever, high school dropout, and says, wow, look at that guy, he's so cool, he's doing drugs. It makes no sense looking back on it. So yeah, don't be like me, which is a fucking loser. I'm working hard to get out of this loser ass mentality of doing drugs every day. The real people who are succeeding in life are the ones who are sober, the ones who are going to college, doing positive shit for themselves, not the ones who are, like I said, popping pills every day. That'll get you nowhere in life besides an early death or jail. Take it from me, I've been locked up briefly, and I've been locked up in the psych ward, obviously. And I've also overdosed, came close to overdosing a lot of times. I've been on the edge of death a lot of times. And like I said, I've had friends die to this shit, man. I've had friends get murdered. I've known people that have overdosed and died. It's a fucked up game to get into. And it's a poisonous mentality to have. So yep, I'm just gonna wrap up the video there. It's like I said, it's already getting too long and I'm just rambling on. So I hope this video helped at least one person out there. The reason I make YouTube videos in the first place is actually so I can go back and look back at myself, what I was doing at the time. I used to make gaming videos. I like to go back and watch those because it's a time in my life where, I was doing shit, and I just like to record what I was doing at the time, and so I can go back and watch it. And I'm sure in a few years I'll come back and watch these videos that I'm making right now, and hopefully I'll be in a better spot. But yep, I'm gonna end off the video right there. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something from this. Leave a like, comment. I'll reply to every comment, of course. Sub to the channel if you like shit like this. I'll probably be posting a lot more videos like this, just me talking, vlogging, doing whatever, keeping you guys posted about my recovery and all that. So yep, everyone have a good day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.